To the Allied Esports Odyssey Valorant Ignition Series. We are getting right into things in what I believe is the third round of the bracket, if I don't miss my mark. I'm alongside Creature Teacher today as we see our teams battling for a place to make it all the way through and get a chance at 15,000 euros.
Yeah, and that's a good amount of money to try and upgrade your setup or get better at this game with.
Yes, of course. You do need those top quality weapons in order to do that. So we're going on to Haven, and we'll be seeing what our players have got in store for us. So I think we will, we'll just have to wait through this initial bit for both these teams. So Entropic, who I believe will be starting off on defenders. We'll have to check if that's the case. They've beaten the Penta Indominus and Simp Samurais on the way here. Naura have beaten what looks to be a Russian team and Micro Chelly on their way into the competition. So let's see what these guys have got for us as they're looking to knock each other out. This is best of one. And it looks to be that, yes, Arch and the rest of Entropic are going to be on the defenders. Naura on attack.
Yeah. We'll get to see who's able to handle themselves with the pistol round, but these pistol rounds aren't always the rounds that really define a team's success.
So let's have a look and see. We've got Jet and Omen for Neat Slasher and Molsey. Let's get all of our notes updated. And rounding things out, Chihuahua on the Omen and Sova for Duno. Okay. So, not too shabby.
Yeah, it looks like Entropic has gone quite harsh on the ability to just really see where their opponents are with two sightline operators. So they're going to have very good map coverage and very good ability to see everyone and where everyone is sitting and hiding. Versus just a single cipher on the opposing side, which gives them a bit of an advantage on making sure that they're not snuck up on or they have everyone ready.
Jotka going to be sneaking up through Garage. No, round this corner is lurking multiple members of Entropic. And the barrier comes down just in time. The healing orb's going to have to be burned there to try and stay alive. It's on to the B point for Entropic.
Yeah, with that little bit of combat, they've managed to take out for a positive on the fight. And they've managed to hide the Omen off and managed to get themselves in and set up on point, ready to try and defend point.
It looks to be that we have got a fair few walls at the door. Duno manages to take out Bold as it's the charging it further forward. It's just going to be down to the other Omen. Plasky outside the door looking in. Will come through. Nice headshot there. And it's going to ultimately be a win out there for Naura.
Yep. So that fight was a real well done fight with the Sage hiding in the background, able to give them that little bit of extra kick in winning that engagement, where they lost their Jet very early on in that back area, and I'm thinking the Sova thought because he took out that Jet there was no one else there, so ignoring the back, and unfortunately Sage was right back there and opened fire and managed to bring him down.
Yeah, real impressive stuff. We'd like to see many more rounds go exactly the same way. Plasky with the one kill in pocket. Of course, Ake doing pretty damn well, as it looks to be an advance towards the C point in mind here. We have got defense here from Multi, but Multi actually abandoning their post, instead diverting towards mid, afraid perhaps of the full strength of Naura coming forward them.
Yep, and unfortunately this round there is a big advantage difference with Naura having some 3 automatic weapons versus just full pistols. So we're going to have some real damage difference here.
Yeah, we can see some of that heavy weaponry, the premium weaponry, being deployed here by Naura as they look to take complete control of the point. We have got Arch around the corner. Nice use of the Frenzy pistol to get the first hit. Almost grabs the second as well, but it will be 2-0 to Naura right now.
Yeah, and with that round, they are still keeping most of their weapons, so it's still quite a good economy for our attacking team. But with the defenders losing 2 rounds in a row, is that going to put them at a disadvantage with weaponry? We'll have to find out, because they can potentially come back next round, good weapons, or they could, if they spend it all today, or this round, sorry, then they're going to potentially be stuck with having just Spectres.
Yeah, we have got a fairly solid investment from Neek Slasher. They're bringing out the Operator. We see just take the shot, but misses. Not going to miss a second time as Multi steps up, grabs 2 for themselves. This feels like this is the chance for Entropic to turn the play back around, because it's only going to be Merkin left standing as they will fall down. Neek Slasher grabs the 3rd kill, actually switching across to the Vandal to get the job done.
Yep, once you've lost that element of surprise with the Operator, unless you're going up against players where you can afford to just stand there and take pot shots, you're really going to want to try and swap off. So swapping off from that Operator to the Vandal will really help long term in a engagement as they start pushing in towards you. Because having that Operator and those long sight lines, really handy. But the second they get close, you're at a massive disadvantage with the Operator.
So Neek's back on the Operator once more. We'll have a decent sightline down into mid as the advance comes in, led by Chihuahua.
Yep. Big issue there for our attacking team with Nura. They've just lost Blood, who had bought the Operator, so that's a huge investment and lost seconds in into the round. So with that, they've lost a big investment, and they've lost one of their big weapons, and they're down 3 to 5. If they can pull this back, it's going to be a hell of a fight, but they've already been discovered with the use of the Cypher ultimate, and they're now just having to try and slip their way in.
1 minute left in. Entropic looks to try and build on what has gone before. 2 remaining players for the Nara squad as Arch will try and seal off a little bit of territory, but it's ultimately going to be a wipe with 4 members remaining standing from Entropic. It's 2 rounds apiece, and they're looking pretty darn good to start snowballing here.
Yeah, if they can keep this rolling, keep it going, they are going to win long term, but it's a seesaw. If they manage to pull it back, it's going to start rolling the other team's direction, so you really have to be careful and try and keep that momentum going.
So right now, we've got a lot of emphasis being put onto Neeks here. 6 kills so far. Again, the Operator absolutely deadly, misses the shot though. And that will be a second chance just to get away from the rest of the squad as charging in comes the rest of Nara on to the C point. They've avoided fighting up against the strongest member as the flash onto Arch won't stop them from breaking through. The Phantom grabs the 2nd kill, and I think it's going to be a wipe. A little slow on that last shot, but I think it won't change the result unless I can somehow salvage it. The triple kill with the Ghost. What an absolute monster.
Yeah, that triple kill came as such a surprise, and the shock darts go out, trying to get the alien. There we go. Donna has been very good with those shock darts, getting those really good long distance engages down to T, and now he's grabbed the Operator with that really cool dragon skin and dropped it down so his teammates can get it and carry on holding down long sight lines and doing those ridiculous amounts of damage.
So we've got double jets with double Operators coming into this round. You can see, of course, Entropic's bank balance looking a hell of a lot healthier than Nara's is, so they can afford themselves all the fancy weapons that they wish. Of course, Neeks on the Operator once again is going to be the most important of them.
Yep. As always, that Operator, the big investment, the big damage, you're going to have to hold those sight lines, and you're going to have to really prove yourself to be worth it. Blood has once again bought it at the cost of 4 armor. So that's going to potentially bite him in the backside, but you never know if he can get, or if they can get some better shots off, you can potentially wipe out an entire team with an Operator, but you need to make every shot count, and if they don't, it's going to really suffer.
Got Arch just going to throw out that slowing orb there as we will be seeing a little bit of breach action. It's going to be a pretty heavy attempt in. Merkin carrying up the spike to the point. As we have got Neeks there, ready and waiting with the Operator, hiding within the dark cover, but no! Merkin grabs the shot!
Yep. Neeks got completely blinded there, and now we're seeing just the weakness of the Operator as they got in close, and you just can't handle it in a close fire unless you're an amazingly good Operator user. But it's now 2v2. Now, Dano is at a disadvantage here with just the small amount of health, but he has that high ground position. Mulsey gets the kill and just watching down. Blood brings him down with the operator, which is a great shot from up high, quick reactionary shot, but at half health, they're really going to have to be careful, and Mulsey was able to track.
And the everlasting fight to pick up the fanciest operator before it's all said and done and put them in the hands of your team sniper continues. We've just been seeing some extremely bloody fights so far, which have left so much equipment just lying around for the taking at the end of it.
Yeah. Every last one of these fights has been to the death as hard as they can, and it has just shown amazing skill from both teams, amazing accuracy from Blood in that last round to get those close range operator shots. But at this round, because of those prices, Blood is now sitting on the classic and light armor, which puts him at a severe disadvantage in this fight against Vandals, Phantoms, and Operator.
It does have the Bladestorm ult available to make up for that lack of regular weaponry. We'll need to try and get the hit in. We have got the flashpoint to try and clear the way, but we've got a fierce defense from Mulsey. It's Arch who takes the 2 kills. And Arch, I think, grabs a third one on the tail end, so that's a heavy price paid for Nara to try and break in.
Yep, and this push not only cost them a lot of lives, but it also cost 2 ultimates, with the loss of Bladestorm and the loss of that Resurrect on that fight there.
Chihuahua wowing us. Brilliant defense there. It seemed like Team Nara just didn't see that one coming in the slightest.
Well, they were hit by the paranoia, so they couldn't see very much, and that paranoia just seemed to let them just be mowed down by both the Sage and the Omen. Archer Mulsey just standing in that little corner and just letting rip and just wiping out that team.
Alright, so things are looking pretty tough for our friends from Team Nara over on the red side. As Nink Slasher, of course, the deadly sniper from a Team Entropic in the blue, does manage to land an early kill onto their opposite number. Bold on the other side of things.
Yep, so it looks like it's going to either be a hard push through the center point and through garage into B or C site, but they are being held up by that Sage wall. So they're all just sort of hanging around there waiting for the wall to shatter and push their way in, but they need to be careful in a 4v5 that they're not going to be wiped out. And very clever by Ike having that security camera back there, or that cyber cam, sorry, back there watching it, but what can you do when you have someone with an operator staring down long sight lines and just blasting you away?
See Plasky trying to make their way in, but does not have the sight on 2 Neeks. And when you don't have the sight, you're going to be very dead very quickly. Neeks going down the C long. It's just looking to try and break through, to see through the cyber cage. They know that that's where the last aggression is going to be coming from. Ike surely cannot make the run up to the C point right now.
Yeah. Ike, I think, has pulled back to try and save, but he does have that Omen back there, so I don't know if he's going to push up or hang back, but I think it's just going to be a waiting game. But Omen is peeking out, getting ready to maybe pop out and try and grab that shot. The attempt to find out where he is coming out, and they're both pincering in and becoming attacked from both sides. What can you do?
A pretty thorough demolition there for Entropic as they continue to build on that earlier momentum. Let's take a look at those bank bounces again. It does seem like Nara have been saving for a while. I wonder if this is the round they start spending.
Yeah, Ike almost has enough to buy himself an operator. I think next round would be the operator. I think this is going to be another save round for some of them. Yep, going for ghosts, a frenzy, and a sheriff, as well as light armor. They're definitely saving again this round, so we'll have to see what goes on.
So up through mid, we can see there's already a tripwire to try and cover, and we've got the sound of the operator echoing throughout Haven as Mulsey will grab that first kill. Ike trades it back straight away though, so this may not be as even as we would have expected. Arch makes it look easy, and when your opponent is struggling to keep even the minimum equipment, I think honestly for Nara to get 2 kills there, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, And I just can't get over that dragon operator. I love it.
Yeah, Neeks, of course, will be entrusted with the heavy weaponry once again, as we've got a mix of Phantoms and Vandals for Entropic's team. This has been the spend round for Team Nara now, down 2 rounds to 7. They're going to need to come out big here.
Yeah, if they can't manage to pull this back, this might be a lost game. With just that sheer amount of just loss. Like, oh, Jesus. And that's instantly 1 down.
Hunter's Fury being used to going to affect Mulsey is just drooling at the possibility of getting it. Gets the triple. That was incredibly brutal.
And that was a completely flawless round with, I think, only Mulsey taking damage, and even then, it wasn't much. Just ripping through the team like hot knife through butter.
Oh boy.
See how they can manage to come back from this. Just the losses they've had. How is Nora going to come back and try and pull this back from Entropic? Or is this going to be a case of Entropic is an exceptionally good defending team, but on offense they really do struggle? Or is it going to be just Entropic has just managed to hold this one down?
So we've got Nick Slasher being put on solo defense duty on the approach towards the A point, but it looks like it's going to be C. Is the gambit being played here by Nara? They're going all in to make their play forward. We have got a huge amount of vision blocking coming out. Arch is ready. Can't get the shot in though. This is a window of opportunity open for Nara.
Yep, but Chihuahua is there ready and waiting. The rest jump in. Neural theft going out, but I don't think it's going to work. That big harsh push in seems to have done a really good job and bring them down, bringing it down to 3v1. Now can Dunno come through and get a triple kill without losing it? That's one.
So it looks like they are up for taking the fight. They're going to go in. The recon bolt immediately goes down as expected. There's no one to be seen. There's no one there, Dino. It's safe. You can go for that. Gets the headshot. The second one is coming. They're looking away. And that is a finalized kill. Good lord, Nara needed to win that round, but they did it at one hell of a cost. Only Ike surviving with their Phantom.
Yep, but with that, they do get a big old boost to the amount of money they get. But Ike just being able to hide in that corner, there was only one way you could have gone, and that is really when you're unsure where they are, just peeking around, and Dunno just looked the wrong way. I have to say it was an amazing play by him, but there's not much he really could have done differently to avoid that death.
Ike, now the top performing player on Nara. It feels like this is... I was going to say this is the time to see maybe a Nara comeback, but instantly Nick Slasher gets the kill. Bolt does hit. Take it apart as Nick Slasher's maybe going to get pushed off the C point. Trying to defend by themselves. Could be too much.
Yeah. It looks like they were pushed back, and it's going to be a big old push up C, and I just heard the pop of an ultimate, I'm guessing by someone. Nope, they decided to take it off. Blood did pop their ultimate and dropped it back to take back their operator aim.
We have got the Rolling Thunder to open up the door for the offense running in. Dino and Mulsey immediately grab hold of the kills though. Plasky and the rest of the squad annihilated. What a way to end the first half. A flawless victory for Entropic.
Yeah, Entropic is just showing off just how good they are at this game. Just wiping out the opposing players one by one. But there was a good plays there. Unfortunately, they didn't go very well with the use of Plasky's attempt to get behind the lines with his from the shadows, but unfortunately he got spotted and his shade got destroyed very quickly, stopping him from being able to get out there and do it.
That's going to be a real shame there for Nara. So coming into the second half, we're in the pistol round. We did see some pretty spicy stuff from the first time around when it came to pistols. Of course, we're looking towards Mulsey. We're currently the score leader in terms of just raw frags to really, continue that into the second half.
Yeah, it seems like Multi very much enjoys using his abilities, going for the classic and heavy on his ability frames, and they have taken B site with little to no fight. And they're starting to come in now. You can hear the barriers being broken behind them. And they're watching, ready and waiting.
Bolts trying to open the door. Is in there. Gets the shot to the face instantaneously, but it's no good. The rest of the squad gets wiped out, and it's a trade of 1 for a whole team. Things are not looking up for Entropic.
No, that was a good attempt at a play by Chihuahua. Unfortunately, his team were just too good and wiped out the opponents before he could get in there. Trying to get that late flank by trying to catch anyone coming off C through Garage, but his team just wiped them out a little bit too quickly. Didn't do that. Looks like a big push up into A site now. We'll see how they do with this big push. There is also the weapons advantage going in here, with Phantoms being very early in this half, as well as Bulldogs and Spectres. So Multi and Chihuahua are just going to deal a fair amount of damage here, more than anyone else in the game with each shot.
Let's use the L drone to get a little bit of intel onto the site, as it's going to immediately reveal where and where not the opposing side are. Recon Bolt as well as nice spike plant behind the wall.
Yeah, Multi popping his shadows, blinding to try and hide them up there. Dark Orb stopping the Overwatch coming out as they all stand around and are holding it. I don't know if they know there's someone on the opposite side of that wall ready for it to come down. They peek around and Arch gets the shot. A cover flying out on its own. They're just holding this A site. I don't think they quite know where Jotka is, but they are ready for them when they come out. But looks like they won't need to, because the spike is about to go off. So they need to start running away to try and keep their weapons.
Jotka, I think, being very smart there, just to make sure they are a million miles away, if at all possible. Makes all the sense in the world. We are coming very close to the end of this one. It seems to have been extremely one-sided. Still the smallest of chances, but so far we're not seeing those signs of life we needed to.
Yep, so this is going to be a heck of a fight, but there has been a pause, I do believe, with Arch setting pause match timer to on. So we're going to be sat here for a little bit, while they obviously have a bit of discussion and see what can we do to try and save this game. Or more, win this game. There we go, and match has been resumed.
Lovely. I guess, yeah, I mean, at this point, I think, you take every opportunity you can, to go in and, try and get a mental reset before it all comes to a head here. Just a couple more chances to turn things around.
Yep, big push up into B with Entropic going in there almost without anyone there to fight them. They push in and everyone's now having to come through, and they basically won this point with little to no competition, and it's now they're defending the site. So they've now flipped it from being an attacking round to a defending round. And they now know people are there, and they just start sniping them out one by one.
Exceptional stuff. I mean, Multi in particular standing out, but Neeks refuses to be ignored, grabs a couple of kills for themselves as the last bells are tolling here, up to 13. Oof. I think this is going to be a pretty darn short one.
Yep, Ike fought his best there, but unfortunately one man can't take down an entire team on their own. But they are doing their utmost to take this, and they are fighting every step of the way. They need to win 10 rounds in a row for this to go their way, versus, the other side, Entropic, only having to win a single match.
Let's see if they've got it in them. So, one last chance, one last gasp. Currently sitting on the point is Ike. They don't know it yet, but they're going to be the only thing standing between the team and demise. Mercon coming in for support, looking like the rest of Team Nara are going to be coming in.
It looks like they've worked out where they're coming from, so everyone's going in, but will it work? Blood with that shotgun, but getting wiped out by Arch, and now it looks like they've got their ice ball plant up again, ready for the defense, and they just wiped them out, and there we go. That is GG, and a dominant performance by Entropic.
Yeah, absolutely brutal stuff. I didn't really expect to see a game, because we're several rounds into the competition to see a game that is quite as brutal as that, but Multi in particular stepping up towards end. Neat Slasher, of course, the deadly sniper on the Jet from before, performed exceptionally well throughout the whole game, and Arch only barely just behind. For the opposing squad, they're barely even getting, the entirety of the Entropic squad getting into the top 6. I think tells a pretty compelling story.
Yeah, that fact that it's that bottom line of just sheer red shows that I don't know if there was just a bad matchup or if we have just one that's that little bit better, but one team just seemed to hold this competition by the throat and just keep it there the entire time.
Alright guys, so we'll be taking a short break while we see if we can find ourselves another game. So, stick around. Hopefully it won't be too much longer before we're back with another round.